That was hard. All right. So you want to take a look at cubic equations, right? So we should remember from remainder and factor the general form. So the general form of cubic is ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. So if alpha, beta, and now gamma are the roots of ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, then the sum of the roots, alpha, beta, gamma is what? Minus b on a. So the sum of all three roots, alpha, beta, and gamma is minus b on a. All right? And then what do you call this one? What do you call that? Right? We call it the pairwise sum. So if you were to pair, find all the different pairs of alpha, beta, and gamma, you end up with something called the pairwise sum. Right? Here's what you do it. You have alpha, beta, and gamma. Three roots, right? And you're going to pair them up. Alpha by beta, alpha by gamma, and then beta by gamma. Then add them up. This is called the pairwise sum of the roots. Okay? So whatever your roots are, pair them up and then sum it up. Everybody okay with that? So the pairwise sum is alpha, beta, alpha, gamma, beta, gamma. And it is C over A. And then you have the product of the roots. Alpha, beta, gamma. Now we introduce D. That'll be minus D on E. So it's minus plus minus. Okay? And also a quadratic, a cubic is written like this. X cubed minus the sum of the roots by x squared plus the pairwise sum by x minus the product. Equal to 0. We can alter that now. Right, so as I was saying, next week, what I'm going to do is, long ago, before you had the SB, you had something called IEs. Right, so I'm going to give you an IE on module 1 next week. So I'll give you a sheet and we're going to do the question on it. But again, it's not test. Right, but you're hard, right? I'm giving you hard questions. So only hard questions. Nothing easy.
So they not something.
Which one?
The boss. Yeah, so this one I know in some of the say this one about then we'll take you in the available.
It will come up, it will come.
I was fighting when I was invited and then
Take the results. Last week, I'm not going to tell us that look here, we know somewhere on I see something so yeah, food on it. It's not on my face, and Right, what you say? Sometimes, actually, I shouldn't say sometimes. In the earlier years, like before the last 2 years, they used to give you these formulas. But the last two past papers, I've seen they didn't give it to you. So bad news, we are trying to learn them now. And it's not on the formula sheet. So if I ask you for alpha squared plus beta squared plus gamma squared, you have to know this formula. The one that's missing. Which one missing? Alpha, beta, beta, gamma. Alpha, gamma. Right? Alpha, gamma missing. It have some more, but these are the ones that we're going to focus on, right? Right. Which one was hard now? She was hard. Oh, that's one. So. Yes, now. Come on, try to find a place. Ready? So as I said, when we doing papers, you will see some of them where they give you this, and somewhere you wouldn't see it, right? And expect it to know it. Right? People who do in the IA, we start in the IA unless we finish next week, right? Because we finish module. So I'll send you a sample, and I'll bring you in, and 3 days we'll finish the portion. Right? You take a sample and like last this one, and then exam finish. For the so they can't yeah, I think it's like that. Yeah, you know, that's not to open some lesson. Next. Yeah. All right, ready?
It's only one, right? It has a workshop.
Right, ready? So write this cubic down and let's find each one of these together, right? Real easy. Copy it down and then we're gonna find each part together. This one. Next one is right. So we should have alpha plus beta plus gamma, that's minus B on A. So I have minus 3 on 2. Pairwise sum, that'll be C on A. So that's minus 8 on 2. So I got minus 4. Alpha beta gamma, that's minus D on A. So I got minus 3 on 2 again. That's okay. What's alpha squared plus beta squared plus gamma squared? Well, come in here and we're doing squaring the sum and multiplying 2 by the pairwise sum, right? So we square in the sum, minus 3 on 2 squared, minus 2 by this, which is minus 4. How much you get there? Oh, okay.
How much is that?
How much? 41 on 4. Come here again. Try part 5. As I said, the formula right here, right?
Yeah. Success.
Oh, you got that right? Yeah, so you got that? 41 on 4. Check the next one. Alpha beta squared plus alpha gamma squared, right?
I think about some. Channel.
Right? What we got for 5? 5 will be pairwise sum, which is minus 4 squared minus 2 by the product by the sum. How much you got there?
Oh.
23 on 2. Anybody else? Anybody lost? Everybody okay? How I got the values? Which one? 23 on 2. Minus. Is it a minus? It's not a minus for sure. For this one, for 5, 41 on 2. Check it back now. 16, 9, 9 on 2, 4.5, 16, 11. 11.5. Yeah, that's correct. 11.5. 11.5. Check back your signs. There's 2 minuses here.
Let's try that.
Have you queued up pension too? Point again up. And part 6. Right. Every cubic is in the form what? X cubed minus the plus the pairwise sum minus the product. So x cubed minus the sum of the roots. What were the roots I gave you again? I gave you alpha squared plus beta squared plus gamma squared plus the pairwise sum. Pairwise sum, remember I told you pair them up. So you'll get alpha squared, beta squared. You'll get alpha squared, gamma squared, and you'll get beta squared, gamma squared by x. Right? Minus the product of the roots. Alpha squared, beta squared, gamma squared is equal to 2. Right? I think we already know the first one. We already worked this out and we got 41 on 4. We worked out this. That's the same as part 5. and we got 23 on 2x. But again, now 23 on 2.
Yeah.
Right, we didn't work out this. What is this, Keshav? Huh? Yeah, Keshav. Any idea what it says? But and we already have alpha, beta, gamma. So just square it. So you'll get positive 9 on 4. Everybody okay with that? So you just plug in the values, right? And then you multiply by 4. So you're going to get 4x cubed minus 41x squared plus 46x minus 9. So that is your cubic equation.
Yes.
Ready? Let's try next one now. The roots of the cubic the roots of the cubic 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x plus 3 equal to 0 are alpha, beta, and gamma. Find a new equation whose roots are 1 on alpha, 1 on beta, 1 on gamma. Find an equation whose roots are right? Find an equation whose roots are 1 on alpha, 1 on beta, or 1 on gamma. I'm going to share 2 methods, right? Using the formula and the next one. Right? You do it your way through. Right? Find the values, right? Remember, you have to find sum of the roots, pairwise sum and product. And I will show you a second method with this one as well. Right? Please simplify all the way down to here. Find the sum, the product. So again, do the same thing I did here, sum, pairwise, sum, product. And then sum this pairwise product. Hurry up. And I share two ways to do it, right? It don't work for all.
Yes, I would say.
Even LCM. Right, so the first thing you should have is sum of the roots, right? You should have alpha plus beta plus gamma. That's minus b on e, minus 3 and 2 again. Right, you should also have the pairwise sum. Right, pair them up, sum it up, that is minus 8 and 2, that's my the same equation, no?
Yes.
Push ups. Anyway, minus 4. And then alpha, beta, gamma is minus 3 and 2 again. Right. So that's the same thing from before. Now to get the new equation, we need the sum of the roots. The sum of the roots is 1 on alpha plus 1 on beta plus 1 on gamma. What do you do to simplify this? LCM?
Yeah.
So the LCM is alpha, beta, gamma. And numerator is what? Alpha, beta, beta, gamma, alpha, gamma. That's okay? That's the LCM and thing, right? Alpha, beta, gamma is what? Minus 3 and 2, right? Sorry. Yeah. And then the pairwise sum is -4. So when you flip it up, what we got? 8 and 3. 8 and 3. Everybody okay with that? Right? I need some help, grade 1. Yeah, grade 1. Grade 1. Help me get the pairwise sum now. Pair them up. Come on. Everybody okay with us? Find the LCM, work it out. Can what you write now, everyone? What coming in? At least this two spot.
1 alpha beta.
1 and alpha beta plus, right? Plus
Alpha gamma.
9. So the first thing you do here is find the LCM, alpha, beta, gamma, and on top is what? Alpha, beta plus gamma. I just put it in this order, but yes, you will get gamma, alpha plus beta. Right, Nathan? You have all that? So what is alpha plus beta plus gamma again? That's -3 and 2. And alpha by beta by gamma is -3 and 2 as well. So I got 1. Yeah? Are you okay with that? Lucas? How we getting the product? Product is what? No, in this case, with the new roots. Product is what? So that's 1 over -3 and 2, which is -2 and 3. Yeah? Simplify it, find a new equation, and then I'm going to show you method 2. Okay.
I'm sure they have a few.
Right, so we should be done. X cubed minus the sum of the roots. X cubed minus 8 and 3x squared. Plus the pairwise sum, which is 1x minus 2/3. Multiply everything by 3. Everybody okay with that?
Minus.
Which one? All right, yeah. The first one correct? Right? That's method one. Everybody okay with this? Everybody okay with finding the sum of the pairwise, right? Pair them up, pair them up, pair them up, right? Then find the LCM and work it out. Ready? So here's what method two looks like. Method two, well, it don't work for all, eh? It only works when they're in the same form. What you would recognize there is that, right? We know that the new roots are what? The new roots are 1 on alpha, 1 on beta, 1 on gamma. And the old equation was what? Nathan? What was the old equation? The old equation was 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x plus 3 is 0. So what they want us to find now is a new equation, right? What were the roots of this again? Right? The roots of this one with x was alpha, beta, gamma, right? So the roots of this was alpha, beta, and gamma. Now we have new roots. 1 on alpha, 1 on beta, 1 on gamma. You're seeing that? So this new equation is really like 1 on x. You're seeing that? 1 on x. So therefore x is equal to 1 on u. So what that means now is I could take this here and I could substitute x is equal to 1 on u. And I will get 2 by 1 on u cubed plus 3 by 1 on u squared minus 8 by 1 on u plus 3. And if I simplify this out, I will get our new equation. So we will get 2 over u cubed here plus 3 over u squared minus 8 over u plus 3 is 0. Of course, our equation doesn't look like that. So what I'm going to do is multiply everything by u cubed. So I'll end up with 2 plus 3u minus 8u squared plus 3u cubed. If I rearrange, I'll get 3u cubed minus 8u squared plus 3u plus 2 is 0. Same thing? Same thing. Right? That's our new equation. Okay? Of course, you can just write it in terms of x, right? All right, online? Huh? Yeah, by the rule. Okay. Copy down method 2. So like if you tried method 2 on the one we did before, that's a little more challenging because you have square roots and things. But it can work out. You just have to characters cross and square both sides and look at it. Ready? Anybody lost? You lost? Follow it, right? Ricky, you lost?
No.
You sure?
No.
I don't hear online. No.
That's not. You gotta go from.
Yeah. Wait, he said they come out of that.
On this.
So they come out and buy the share, right? Tell them to come on, then we will do a TikTok as well. I will share. Huh? I don't want to. Just let come on, we will. You're done? Let's do a past paper 2 and finish up, right? Right, I'll do a Kahoot. You know, we can do the exam as a Kahoot, but the higher than Kahoot. Kind of hard. Try it. Ready? No, I just write this terms of it. Forget what I have. I just write it back because they're extra. So last line. Classic, keep the turn. Try that, please. That's 2019. No, 16. That's 2016. Actually, M3. Nice. You're all in the game there.
Nice.
Somebody put. Nathan, how many go and do this one now? You and Keisha, but can you party and beach? No, no, you. Keisha. Did you see this one is right? If you want to try method 2, you try it out correct it clear. Yeah, but a little bit harder. That's the thing inside. You will see the problem and try to do something. Right now. It wouldn't be as simple as a square both side. Oh yeah, that's 2016 now we're doing, right? And we lost. Yeah. And I'm gonna start it just now.
Não, saiu.
How much is this? What we got here? 1909? Yeah, 1909 here. And here's what? What's this one? One quarter?
Yeah,
2519? Quarter?
Yeah.
One quarter? Anybody get this second one? A quarter? Pretty pairwise, sum. So therefore, the new equation that they wanted would have been x cubed minus the sum plus the pairwise sum minus the product. So you multiply everything by, well, not 9, by 36, right? So you'll get 36x cubed was 4 by 19. Anybody got it? Final equation. Anybody try factor 2? Yeah, it'll be tricky, but I'm sure it'll might be finished though. Right? If you wanted to try method 2, right? Remember, it's 1 on alpha squared, 1 on beta squared, 1 on gamma squared. So that's 1 on x squared, right? So if you make x the subject of the formula, is 1 on the square root of u. So that it becomes a little bit harder to work with, right? So when we substitute into the original equation, you will get 2 by x cubed, which is 1 on the square root of u cubed, minus 5 by 1 on the square root of u squared, plus 4 by 1 on the square root of u plus 6 is 0. This one, not too nice, because you're going to get 1 on 3 on 2, right? When you cube 1, you'll get 1. When you cube u to the half, you'll get 3 on 2. This one works out nicely, so you'll get 1 on u, right? This one here, kind of lame, we get the square root of u, and here we end up with plus 6. Here's the problem. The problem is we want to get rid of the square roots, right, to make it look nice. So, I mean, you don't want to have to square this. So what you can do is you can move 2 terms across and leave 2 terms here, right? So you could do something like this. 2 over the u to the 3 over 2 plus 4 over u to the half is equal to 5 on u minus 6. Now, take a little bit of work, but we're going to square both sides. right? When you square both sides, they would have gotten rid of the 2, and then they can bring it all together. So that's why I said it don't work for every single one, right? It's gonna be a little bit tougher when you have things like this. Okay, we still have time, we can kind of work it out. Copy it down until here, or copy down what you need there, onto your work on that side. Right, so by squaring everything, what would have happened, Keshav, is that you would have gotten rid of the square roots. And yeah. Square here and square here. Right? I bring all the roots on one side and all the non-roots on this side. Comes a little bit easier. Any questions here? Double here? This is from the formula, right? This is from the formula for this. This is from the formula for this. As I said, they don't always give you. Right? Pinch it out. Square both sides. Make it follow? Yeah. This one. Square both sides and finish it up for me.
Not plus 36.
Right? And then if you multiply everything by u cube, you should get the answer, right? Okay? Actually, for this method. Some it easy for. If you have squared and cube and thing, don't use them. Okay? It's a little bit more challenging. If you multiply it out, you'll get the answer, right? You'll get back this. Okay, so that brings us to the end of module 1. Next week we'll do a small IA. Right? IA is the exam that you used to get at the end of module 1 long time. Right? We will do it. Not an exam, we just practice it. The whole of module 1. The questions I'll give you will be a little bit tougher than past week. Actually, I might give you one easier one. Right? And then you have a 2-week break until a 1.5 week break until it should start. Very good.
Hey, that is my fancy.
I'm sharing for your lesson right here. Alright, online maths, you also log out. Physics, you have 10 minutes.